Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back, and today we're going to start really working on our Moroccan journal that we constructed last week. So we've got all our pages in here, and what I think I want to start with is just getting this cover, giving it a first layer of covering, just to see what we're doing, so we can kind of get rid of this. And I haven't quite decided how I'm going to decorate it to finish, but I just want to get the actual base covered. So I've taken this table runner that I showed you last week with all the lovely sequins on, which I definitely want to use on here, but I thought to start with I've separated it from its liner, and it's quite thin, but I thought it would be good as a kind of base to just cover this to start with, and then we can make more of a cover, because I want to wrap it round so that it goes right round the cover, and I don't think wrapping this round would work with all the sequins, so I should probably just do something and keep that flat on the top, possibly even back it onto that felt that I showed you, which is the same colour, just to give it a bit of stability, and just kind of put that over the top, and then we'll put some sort of image or something on top of that. That's kind of where I'm thinking we'll go, but I think for today I want to just cover it. I mean, it's a bit see-through, so you'll still be able to see the 2014 through there, but that doesn't matter because it'll get covered some more. But this is just a first layer, if you like, so I don't know which. I did cut one side so it's not quite as frayed. Was it this one? Might have been this side. It's not particularly straight, but it's not quite fraying as much on this side where I've cut it a bit. So I just need to cut another cut along here, just so I've got enough to tuck it round. I may have to trim it a bit more because this side is where it's attached, so it might be a bit more tricky to wrap round, but we'll see. So I'm just going to do the best I can to cut it straight up here. So I hope everybody's well. We've actually got, we've just been visited by a storm. Well, our country has been visited by this nasty storm called Storm Éowyn. That's quite an unusual name. It sounds like it's straight out of Lord of the Rings to me, Éowyn. I'm sure there's a character called Éowyn in Lord of the Rings. But down here in the south, we haven't been so badly affected. So it's been windy. We did have quite a bit of rain overnight on Thursday night, but we've actually got bright sunshine at the moment. Still a bit windy, but not too bad. We've been quite lucky. It's been the north of the country and Scotland have been much worse affected than us, I believe. So if you're up there, I hope it's not too horrible up here for you. So I've had to close my blind. I mean, because it's really quite bright at the moment. It's lovely. It's making my room nice and warm, but I can't have my blind open. It's always like, it's nice to be warm, nice to have the sunshine out, but because I'm facing right into it, I have to pull my blind down in front of me, otherwise I can't see, and this would all be much too bright, and it would all be reflecting and difficult to see what I'm doing. Right, so I've got that cut to size. I think I may have made it too big, but I'm going to try and just cut that, glue that down, but try not to make it too thick, otherwise, because this is very thin fabric, it will show through. So I've not really used this. This is the glue I've been using a lot lately. I can show you the bottle now that I've got a new one in. It's called Nouveau Deluxe Adhesive. I think actually this is the one that I was using, and I think there is still a bit in there. So then it's got the little this little pointing little, what do they call it, fine tip nozzle bit. So if I need to do any, I'm going to keep it handy because I think there's still a bit in there. I'm keeping it upside down so I can use the last bits. But the new one doesn't have that nozzle on it, so it's easier to do larger quantities, although it seems to have got itself plugged. It's made itself a little plug here at the top by the looks of it. Maybe it's a plastic plug that was there all the time. Anyway, so I'm going to see how this works with this fabric. Just going to spread it all over. So for big areas like this is much easier to use without that fine tip nozzle. Okay, I want to just make sure I spread it fairly thinly and right to the edges. And hope it doesn't show through too much. Okay, now let's pop this over the top. I'm sure I've got far too much around the edges, but I will trim it. Yeah, it is seeping through a little bit, but hopefully when it dries it won't show, and I will pretty much cover most of this front anyway. It was really just to get these edges covered. So I'm never very good at cutting the corners and not have those bits poke through. What I usually do is fold the corners in, and this is probably thin enough to do it, but I think I'm going to maybe just cut it down a little. So I haven't got a great big piece of corner. Now this edge is going to be a little bit more tricky because it's kind of where the paper is joined, and I don't want too much of that. I'll just trim it down. I think it might be okay. I'm not sure yet whether I'll have to trim it up here a bit and do this bit separately. Just going to make it a bit short, a bit narrower. And let's just start gluing this side, these two corners first. See how it goes. When I did the other Accordion journal, I didn't use fabric on the cover, so I don't know how this will work out. Okay, and then I will be covering this anyway with some sort of paper. Not sure yet what. We're going to have a look at our papers in a bit and see what we can put on here. Right, so what I'm not sure, I think I'm going to have to cut this piece and fold the back piece round separately just because of this join here. So I think that's what I shall do. I shall cut it there. Let's just see how that looks, how that works. Okay, so I've got that front. Now you can see all the glue showing through. Hopefully it'll dry and won't show, but I will cover all of this anyway. So I'm not going to worry too much about that because there's not much I can do about it really. Right, so what we need to do is figure out how we wrap this bit around. What if I can hold it in like that? I'll just wrap it around like that. Maybe trim that bit off. I don't really want that raw edge, that's the thing. Would that wrap around the other side? Let's just see. No, I don't want that wrapping around the front, do I? Can I fold that? Maybe I can fold. Oh, I don't want to see it. You wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but if I could try and fold that in a bit so I'd still get that corner covered, but don't need as much. Just trim that little corner off. It's all a bit it's all a little bit slapdash, this. But if I can just bring that corner in and glue it there and then fold that over, it would cover the corner then. I'm going to try doing that. Let's see how that would look. Sort of like that, and then do the same on this side. Again, I don't need all of that. Trying to bring it in so I've got the corner covered, but I don't want this raw edge on there. Right, now I think I can fold this piece in. Hopefully that will work. Okay, so this looks pretty rubbish right now, but I'm going to trust the process that I am going to be covering everything up. So, yeah, it's that way around, isn't it? So it goes like that, and at the back it's like that. So it'll be all, there will be paper covering these. I know I probably should have, as I said, I probably should have done this before I attached it to the pages, but I didn't really know what I was going to do then, so we have to work with it as it is. There's still a bit of glue needed here. I think this glue isn't necessarily holding that well on this fabric, or maybe I'm just not giving it time to adhere. think I'll try and put a couple of clips. See if that will hold it and it will stick. Okay, got that one there. That one there. Alright, let's do the same the other side. So I need another piece of this fabric. So the back, I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily cover the back, but I may have to if the glue shows when it's dry. So we'll see. I'm wondering whether to put something. Maybe I should put the felt underneath this and then put this on top, because then it'll be plain. Maybe I won't even need to glue it if I glue it taut like that. Yeah, I might try that on the back piece. I hadn't really planned this. So, if I put a piece of this first, but not wrap it around, it's quite thick, so it's good. It's a nice piece of felt, and just have it just up to the edge. If only it was straightish, it might be all right. Maybe this side will be straighter. Let's try doing this. Cut it across at this fold line, and then we'll cut it to size. Let's have a look. Is that wide enough? Ooh, no. I haven't done that very well, have I? I haven't made it wide enough. Oh no. Maybe I'll use that for the cover. Okay, have another try. Okay, let's just be a bit more scientific about cutting this straight. So I started at the point where the edge of the cover is, then lay it flat on my board and try and follow one of the grid lines. Okay, I think I may need to just trim that a touch, because I think when it's glued it'll stretch a little bit, and I don't want it to be beyond the sides of the cover. So I'm just going to trim that down just a little bit more. I'm really making this up as I go along, but I don't know what else to do really. Okay, I think I'm going to use the fabric glue for this. I don't think the other glue is going to be strong enough. In fact, I think I might use the big bottle. This is the glue I just buy from Hobbycraft. Seems to work quite well. Gone over the edge, whoops. Whoops, whoops. I think I've got it on my little clip. Oh dear. Alright, let's try and see how this goes. This is feeling like a bit of a disaster, this video, but we'll keep going and see if we can rescue this cover. No, I didn't get it on there, but I might have got it on. Did I get it on some of the papers? Hope not. Okay, so we have the back. It's that way round. Keep it the right way up, otherwise it's easy to lose track of where you are. Okay, now I need a piece of, did I cut it? I don't think I did cut my piece of fabric that I'm going to want to wrap around. Right, so again, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Approximately straight is always good. Very approximately. And I think I want to just trim a bit off the bottom because it's a bit ragged. Alright, so let's see where we are. I need enough to wrap around. About there. Let's hope I can take these clips off now because they're going to get in my way. That's upside down. So that's the right way up. Okay, like that. Got that like that. That's the right way up. Right, so I'm hoping I can maybe get away with minimal gluing of this. Maybe I'll put a bit of glue just round the edges just to hold it in place. Right on the edge of the cover. Right, with any luck, that will just hold it nice and flat. Yeah. And I'm going to try using this glue to wrap it around. Right, so this time I'm going to use this glue. I think the grab is stronger. Okay, so this is how we are at the moment. Not looking great at all. But my theory is we'll put a piece of this over the top, and then I may well sew a piece of this to it. And we'll use that to cover. I don't mind if there's some bits of fraying gone on around it, but that's going to hopefully end up looking quite nice. That's the theory. Who knows if it'll turn out. But I can put things along the edges. I've got fabrics and trims and stuff to kind of disguise all of this. And then when we start, we're going to be covering... Am I upside down? I am upside down. That's what I have to be careful of, because this is the way it opens. Bit of glue did seep through here to make sure all my pages are turning and they're not glued to each other. Right, so I will be covering this inside and this inside and all the insides. We'll be covering it all up, so hopefully in the fullness of time this will look okay. It looks pretty awful at the moment, but that doesn't look too bad, that side, with the bit of felt underneath. Actually, that's come out okay, so I'm quite reasonably happy with that. And if there is a bit of glue showing, I can put a bit of trim or something just down the edges. But what I didn't want to do was have to do another kind of topper for it, because that would seem a bit over the top at the back. So that's that. So I'm going to leave that to dry now, and I thought we'd just have a quick look at the papers that we're going to be using. Oh, I've got to try and get all these bits of these little bits of fabric off my fingers where they're covered in glue. Right, so I'm just going to put this to one side to let it dry, and we'll come back to it next week and get that finished. But I thought perhaps we could look at some of the papers. I think I've got some more I want to print, because I think I have used some of them to make ephemera, and so I need to reprint them. For instance, this is all I've got left of my beautiful piece of William Morris that I really love. I love this paper, and I've used it to make a few pieces, but I think I probably still want to use it in the journal, so I'm going to print some more of that. I've got that scrap, which I may well print again. Then these are the kit pages. I think these are all kit pages, are they? Yes. Not there. Right, so these are from the Medieval Mirage kit. And these are the ones I've saved for this journal. So it's a bit of a mix of colours, but mostly we've got the turquoise, and I'm going to be bringing in green. Although there is some blue in here, as you will see. So I've got this piece. Move it over that way. So this is kind of a bluey turquoisey colour. I think this is upside down. That one's upside down. Doesn't really make a lot of odds, but so this is kind of bluey turquoisey colour, and then this is got more blue and red. I don't know how much I'll use of this one. And this has definitely got some purple in it, but it's also got the turquoise around the edges. And this is a kind of blues and turquoise kind of mix, really. So, and there's this one. I think that some of these are upside down, just because I've just see the edge of the writing on there. So this has got a bit of a mix of everything, and this is very similar. Turn them up the right way. So this has got the turquoise, and obviously it's got this kind of fragmented look. Then this one with the black and the green and the a few other colours in there. Bits of turquoise. Oh, goodness me. Turn it up the right way again. I got a bit mixed up. I've got this one. This is quite a... Actually, I don't know if this is more of a purple one. Looks a bit purple to me. I don't know if I missed that one in the purple journal. I'm not sure I would use this one because it's a bit too purple. Got this one, which has got picking out that green. And we've got these ones, which don't seem to me to go that well with the other designs. It's kind of... I'm not quite sure, really. Upside down, of course. But I might use these bits. I'm not sure. They just feel very different to the rest of the pages. But I haven't got a huge number of kit pages to go with this journal. Then we've got this one, which has got all the colours in. And again, I've got bits of this that I've used in the other journals. This one, see, they've still got the turquoise in. It's got all the colours that I've used in them. Got this one, and this one is just a writing page. I feel like I need to print some more of these. I haven't got a huge number of these kit pages for this journal, so I need to double up on some of them. But I have managed to find a few other things. So I will be pulling in some more of the William Morris if I can find some more of the right colours and print those off. I've got these bits which are from another Shabby Dabby Doodah kit, which is the Rich Damask kit. And that's got some really lovely rich kind of tealy colour there. And more of a green. And then this has got this kind of turquoisey colour. So I think I can use these. And see if there's any others that I can use. So I've got those. Then I've got a little selection of jelly prints that I've done. Well, this isn't a jelly print. I think this is just some stamping on some book page. I don't know. I might be able to use that. This one I really like. That one would work really well in this. And I've got the green. And I have this one. And this one, like that one very much, and I like this one as well. So you can see I've used the same stencil, but with just different combinations of colours. These are all the same stencil, but come up different. So I've got those. And then I did go into my scrapbook papers, and I thought, we'll see if I've got any scrapbook papers that would work, because why not? I've got loads of scrapbook paper and I hardly ever remember to use it. So I've got these scraps that I've pulled out. So we've got quite a bit of the green. Again, I love this colour because I've got a lot of fabrics with this colour in. So that's why I wanted to bring that colour in. So we've got that. And I have used this scrapbook paper to make a piece of ephemera in our when we were working from the idea box. So I've got, that's the scrap that's left, and I have another whole sheet of that. So I may or may not use that. I'm thinking I might use this for inside the cover. I think that might look quite good, but we'll see. And just a few others. I'm not, well, then I've got, of course, I've got the other whole sheet of that. This is from a paper pad by Maggie Holmes. I think it's called Flourish, just so as you know. So that's that one. Then I've got these other odd pieces which may or may not work. They're a bit paler, but you want variety. But they're quite. This is quite a thick one, and so this isn't as thick. But that's again, I just think they might work together. Until I put it all together, I really don't know. And then I found this one, and I'm not sure about this, but it's obviously writing type paper. That may or may not work, but they're all of a theme, aren't they? They're all of within a similar colour scheme, so hopefully some of them will work. So that's the papers that I've got to use, and I think, let's just have a look. Maybe we can decide. So this has still got quite a lot of drying to go, so I don't think I can quite work on it anymore today. But I was thinking, how would this look with it as the inside? So I quite like that. I do like that. And I like the idea of using some scrapbook paper because it'd be nice and sturdy for the cover. Give it a nice base. So there's that one. I can't work out which way up it's supposed to go though. Should it go that way? Maybe it's that way. I know this is really more Art Deco in design than kind of Moroccan, but I'm thinking I still like it with this journal. I like that design. I feel it just works for me. I don't think there's anything else. And I like this, but it's obviously not enough. But might be able to make some tags or something with this. And then there's this one. That would also look okay, but I do think I'm going to use this. And luckily, because I have another sheet, I can keep it the right way up. I could get two pieces on, but they'd be facing the wrong way. I could do it that way, but I don't think it would work. So I shall do it that way. But we'll do this next. Shall we do it next week? Shall we do it today? What time have we got? Yeah, maybe we could just get this finished today. Just get these two pieces on, and then we can move on and really start covering the papers next week. Okay, so I'm going to mark it. I think I'll mark it on the back. Be easier to see, won't it? Make sure I've got it as far near to the edge as I can get. There. And there. I'm using the bottom half of this page because the top half has got like a serrated edge from where it was torn out the book. I don't really want that edge. And did that slip? Did you slip? Might have, not sure. Let's see. Alright, so is that going to be... I think I might have to take just a tad off the edge because I don't really want it. Yeah, I need to leave a little bit for this to bend. And it did slip because it's not straight. Should be straighter now, hopefully. Look at that. Okay, so if I line it up to that corner, I think I might round these two to make it go right into the corner. Yeah, I think I will. Just a little bit. And then that might just fit nicely into that corner there. And that'll go there. Okay. And am I going to ink? I think I am. I think I am. I'm feeling walnut stain, I think. Right, and I want to cover up these edges, so if I can just make sure it lines up more or less with that. And then put that down there. That's it. Oh, where did my bit of... Okay, my little wet wipe, just get it off my fingers, and then I can put that down there. See, that already looks much better, doesn't it? Much better. Well, at least that inside bit does. So now we're going to do the back. And here. Okay. The clips off. And I will get my other piece. A piece of cardstock. Okay. Just check where the bottom is. So I'll pretty much go to the bottom. And yep. And that edge. just going to make sure I put it the right same way up as the other one. Yep, that way up. Oops. Yeah. Good. I've got bending room. And I'll just do my 2 corners again. And ink around it again. Okay, they look okay. This looks okay-ish. It's a bit, but I can always put something down the edge there. That looks all right. This looks horrible, but it won't stay like that. I will cover that up. So there we are. We've made a good start, I think. So next week we will start properly working and creating our pages. So yeah, it's a bit of a hit and miss sort of a video, but I hope that you can see that it'll turn out okay in the end. Fingers crossed. All right, thanks for joining me today. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.